So you telling me United States codes don't work?
No, I'm telling you, you don't know them.
For the record, I am DeMarcus Bay, the implied surety for DeMarcus Contrell Brown. And I would like to file a motion in the court for additional 30 days for me to seek counsel. Is the defendant in error free to go? My name is not spelled in all capital letters. Matter of fact, I filed
Mr. Bay.
All right, folks. Today's court session features one of the most bizarre encounters we've seen in a while. A man shows up claiming he's a foreign national, thinking that somehow exempts him from following the law. As if that wasn't confusing enough, he brings along a friend who's just as misinformed, apparently to help argue his case, though neither of them seems to understand how the legal system actually works. The real highlight, though, is the judge. She stays calm but firm and doesn't let any of their arguments fly for even a second. Her reactions are sharp, and honestly, she handles the whole situation better than most would. Let's jump into this unusual case and watch how it all plays out. And while you're watching, drop a comment. What do you think was really going through their minds? Because this one is something else.
All right, DeMarcus Contrell Brown.
Your Honor, we were representing him, but we are going to be submitting a withdrawal to you. You should have it shortly.
All right, Mr. Brown, are you represented by somebody else?
Yeah. For the record, I am DeMarcus Bay, the implied surety for DeMarcus Contrell Brown. And I would like to file a motion in the court for additional 30 days for me to seek counsel.
Okay, so Mr. Bay, yes, aka Marcus Contrell Brown, so you're seeking a continuance to get new counsel?
Yes.
Okay, do you have someone in mind, sir?
I not right now. I'm seeking counsel.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to give you a continuance for 30 days, or I'm sorry, until January 5th. But by that time, you need to have counsel on board when they come back so that they can talk to the state to determine if there's anything they can work out on your case, or if they need to get all of the information necessary for a trial, if that's what you choose to do. So by January 5th, I will expect that you will have counsel.
Well, I have paperwork on the docket that haven't been rebutted. I have affidavits of truth that haven't been rebutted.
Okay, sir, we don't do affidavits. People have to appear in person because there's a confrontation clause in the United States Constitution that says witnesses, you have the right to confront witnesses in person. So we don't do affidavits, okay? If you have witnesses that are going to present testimony or evidence on your behalf, then you have to have them come to court and be sworn in and testify at that time, okay? So we're not doing any dismissing and all of that stuff. No, sir. When you get your counsel, they'll be able to discuss it with the state, and then y'all can present whatever to the court.
And the accusing deputy must be present too, right? Okay.
So the people always say that, but here's the thing. The state gets to choose whatever witnesses they wish to bring, just like your side gets to choose whatever witnesses you wish to bring. You can't rely on them to bring the person that you want. So if you want to subpoena someone to appear for trial, then you need to subpoena them. You cannot rely on the state to bring your witness. Okay.
Okay. I got you.
So, all right. Anything else?
And jurisdiction can be challenged at any time, right?
No, sir. Jurisdiction rests with this court because this is where the locus of the incident is.
I could be off here, but it really seems like this person is just trying to delay the case. From the way he's acting, it looks like he's hoping the judge will give him more time to find a real attorney and push everything back. But what I don't understand is why people still try this so-called sovereign citizen approach. It's been used again and again, and it has never held up in court. Judges see through it every time and quickly shut it down. Watching these attempts is honestly confusing, like someone trying to open a locked door with something that clearly isn't a key. It just doesn't make sense. But here's what I keep wondering, and I'd love to hear your take. Do you think he really believes this stuff? Or is he just pretending to be confused so he can buy more time? Let's keep watching and find out.
Well,
Mr. Bay, let me just explain something to you. Mr. Bay, listen to me.
Okay.
I went to school for 3 years for this. That's full time. If I had gone part time, it would have been 4 or 5 years. And I have been working since, oh Lord, I ain't gonna give my age, but I've been a lawyer and a judge for quite some time. I've been a judge for 10 years as of this year. A lot of times people come before me because they've learned stuff from other people, or they've gone online, or they've read it themselves. But I tell you, it doesn't work the way you think it works. And so there's a set of statutes, cases, procedures, all of those things that we have to learn. In fact, let me show you something.
Well, how do you have?
Wait. You see this book right here? This is just this year's edition of all the stuff that I have to be able to find to figure out what's going on in your case. This is just this year's edition. And I got a book like this that includes evidence and procedure. I got a whole wall of books. So when you come in here challenging jurisdiction and all of this stuff people have taught you, it's not
books. Can I show you my Black Law Dictionary?
No, sir. Because Black's Law, that's a dictionary. That's not the full case. You know, you come in with all of these ideas about how you think the law works, but every lawyer in here has done at least 3 years of law school and trainings, trials, all of those things. So you're not going to change the way we do things. So the best thing to do is to get an attorney who can talk to the state about your case, and then we can get this resolved. Your case is pretty simple. You got traffic offenses.
Well, I still want you to prove on the record that you have subject matter jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction.
I'm not proving anything on the record, sir. I wear the robe. They put me in this position. I've been here 10 years. If I didn't have subject matter jurisdiction, I wouldn't be here.
So it's not a difference between public and private for the record. There's no difference.
Sir, get an attorney.
Okay, all right. January 5th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Mr. Bay/Brown, you've indicated that you wish to have an attorney, so I'm going to rely on the fact that you're going to have an attorney. Don't come back here with the same stuff, and I already told you it's not going to work.
So you're telling me United States codes don't work?
No, I'm telling you don't know them. So first of all, right here. The United States codes don't work in Georgia because Georgia has its own code, OCGA.
So the meaning of driver is different in Georgia.
Yes, sir.
But according to 49.
Mr. Bay, I'm not doing this with you. Get an attorney. Okay. Thank you, sir. You're free to go. We'll see you on January 5th at 11 a.m.
All right, before we get into the most intense part of this case, let me give you a quick heads up. What you're about to see might leave you shaking your head. I've already watched the first few minutes, and let's just say it's a bit hard to follow at times. Now here's where it really gets unusual. The defendant didn't just show up with any support. He brought along a friend who claims to be an attorney general. The problem? This person isn't licensed to practice law. In fact, representing someone in court without proper credentials is a serious legal issue. But in the sovereign citizen world, it seems they think they can just claim a title and act the part. Let me know what you think as we watch this unfold, because this case is definitely one for the books. Let's jump in.
So, DeMarcus Cantrell Brown.
I have interest in that matter. Is the defendant in error free to go?
Is the who, what?
Is the defendant in error free to go?
No.
Well, let the record show the defendant in error is ordered to state and participate.
Okay, who is the defendant in error? That's a new one for me.
The all cap name is trust that I am a beneficiary of. My name is not spelled in all capital letters. I have a court order decree saying that.
Okay, Mr. Bay. Mr. Bay, do you have an attorney representing you, sir?
Attorney General, my attorney general is online. You may speak to me, sir.
Is the attorney general, Mr. Bay, hold on. Let me ask my question before you tell me something crazy. Is the attorney general a member of the State Bar of Georgia?
I'm a non-state actor. I'm a foreign national. Matter of fact, I filed
Mr. Bay. Mr. Bay, I don't care if you were Alexander Putin, the premier of Russia. If you are in Georgia and you're represented by an attorney, that attorney would have to be a member of the State Bar of Georgia. Foreign national or not. Just as if you went to another country and you had an attorney represent you, that attorney would have to meet the requirements of that country and of that state. Okay, Mr.
Yeah, no,
Attorney, Mr. Bay, hush. Mr. Attorney General,
I'm trying to
are
set a
you
record.
Mr. Bay, Mr. Attorney General, are you a member of the State Bar of Georgia? You want to unmute for me?
Speak, bro. Get off mute.
You really have to see this to believe it. These two individuals who claim to be part of the sovereign citizen movement are literally taking a phone call while the judge is speaking. This isn't a casual chat at home. This is a courtroom. It's hard to believe they think it's okay to act like they're waiting on hold with customer service during an actual legal hearing. This kind of behavior is exactly why in-person court appearances are so important. Imagine how different it would be if these proceedings had to happen face-to-face. No hiding behind phones, no looking up questionable legal arguments mid-hearing, no muting themselves when things get uncomfortable. Just a clear, direct process where everyone is accountable in real time. Honestly, it makes you wonder. Should we start requiring all sovereign citizen defendants to show up in person just to keep things transparent and fair? Let me know what you think about that. For now, let's jump back in, because this so-called Attorney General they brought along is definitely making things interesting.
A member of a foreign state corporation basically doing business in Georgia. So
Okay,
basically,
sir, that's not what I asked you. No, sir.
I get what you're saying,
No, sir.
man.
No, and I get what you're saying, but we're not doing that because that's not how we operate. Those are not the laws under which I am required to conduct court. So we either gonna do it my way or we're gonna put you on the
rules of the court. We understand the rules of the court. I got you.
Okay. Are you a member of the State Bar of Georgia?
No, I'm not a member of the Bar of Georgia.
Okay,
what I'm trying to realize
then as he can represent himself,
you need to take consideration on that matter on how he's doing business in Georgia.
He can represent himself, or he can be represented by a member of the State Bar of Georgia, but he cannot have you represent him or purport to represent him. Okay, that's not going to work. All right. So, Mr. Bay, do you wish to choose someone who is a member of the State Bar of Georgia to represent you, or do you wish to represent yourself?
I invoke my right to remain silent as the beneficiary of Demarcus Cottrell Brown estate.
Okay, sir. So, sir, you're invoking your right to remain silent, which means that you do not wish to enter a plea that
I plead to be released.
That would resolve your case today. As such, the court is going to enter a plea of not guilty for you.
I object. You cannot practice law from the bench. Violate 28 U.S.C. 454. Judge practicing law from the bench.
And put you on a trial court, on a trial calendar so that your case may be heard at trial.
I object.
All right, sir. Thank you. You'll get notice in the mail if anything changes about your address, then you can go ahead and let us know by coming in.
I demand evidence hearing.
You will have that at the time of the trial,
evidence hearing.
You're not going to have an evidence hearing today because that's not what we're here for. This is
you are dishonorable. I got your oath, Tammy Long. Hey.
So, Mr. Bay, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. You'll have a trial at which time you can have an evidence hearing. You'll get notice in the mail.
You're in violation of Article 6, Section 2 of the Constitution.
Your notice in the mail, then you can appear for hearing with whatever evidence that you wish to present. Although you are not required to present any evidence or testimony because the state has the burden of proving the case against you. Thank you, Mr. Brown. You're free to go at this time. All right, Kevin Germain.
I'll be honest. Sometimes I can be pretty critical of how judges deal with sovereign citizen cases. But in this situation, I really have to give credit where it's due. The judge here, sorry, I'm not sure of her name at the moment, did an outstanding job. She kept her cool, stayed firm, and didn't waste time entertaining nonsense. It was a perfect example of how to take control of a courtroom without letting things spiral. Honestly, her handling of the situation reminded me of how Judge Oakley deals with tough cases. Just direct, confident, and effective. As for the two defendants, it felt like they were completely out of their depth, trying to present arguments that had no legal basis. It was less of a hearing and more like watching a confusing play unfold, with one person making bizarre statements and the other struggling to keep up. Part of me really felt for the judge, having to sit through all that. But watching her calmly and clearly push back against those claims was honestly a highlight. It was both professional and, I'll admit, a little entertaining. What did you think? Did the judge handle it just right, or would you have liked to see her be even tougher? Personally, I think she showed more patience than most people could. She gave them every chance to stay on track, even as they kept drifting further into confusion. If I can track down the next part of this hearing, I'll definitely be posting it. Something tells me these two didn't suddenly figure it out and hire a real attorney. Based on how this went, I wouldn't be shocked if one of them next claimed the courtroom wasn't part of the country. Anyway, that's it for now. If you liked this video and want to see more court moments like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post updates daily, and I truly appreciate everyone who watches and comments. Even if I don't reply, I read every single one, and it really means a lot. Thanks so much for your support. Take care, everyone.